Hello, Steve here, concierge health advisor. And epi nutritionist. Soon I'll be giving myself a lifetime achievement award for saving. I wish I was saving everyone, but I'm saving my own health. And if someone wants to follow, good. If not, I don't give a damn. Today you've clicked on it, Dr. Sten Ekberg, in my podcast, which is the most listened to podcast episode out of all my, I don't know, 220 or so podcasts. That's the most listened to. Dr. Sten Ekberg. Now I'm giving a visual. On Dr. Sten. I will straight off the bat say he's well intended. He's not evil. He's not crap. He's the cleanest shirt in the dirty shirt hamper basket laundry thing, you know. But he still needs a bit of a poo-pooing, okay? So here we go. Dr. Sten Ekberg. Quick thing about Dr. Sten, many know. Yes, I know. My hands are filthy. I've just been cleaning the car. That's what the mags end up doing. So Dr. Sten is a former Olympian decathlete, finished 9th in Barcelona. I thought it was Seoul. It's Barcelona. And wow, even to be an Olympian, even to get into the Olympics is wow, especially in those days. These days, even though decathlon wise, I think the Frenchman has a world record in recent times, maybe a few years back, but you know, there's been an improvement in decathlon. Dr. Sten, his best was something like 8,200 points or something. Not too shabby at all. I was gonna say Dr. Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner in 76. Was it 8,600? 8,600 points to get gold in Montreal. Anyway, Dr. Sten. Far out. I'm not even sure if there's an MD. Chiropractor, nutritionist, that sort of thing, right? Belly fat, he talks about reducing belly fat. He talks about avoid these 10 foods and all that sort of thing. And he's got 2.5 million subs on YouTube. What have I got? About 10. And yeah, okay, good. And I wish Dr. Sten's ongoing, continued success on YouTube and his practice. Is it Georgia? Is he in Georgia somewhere? Anyway, and he's apparently opening up another premises and all that sort of thing. And as I give you this video, there's going to be some. I'm not sure if you're going to notice much of the scenery, the undulating hills. Anyway, so yes, I know I'm jumping already. I have a tendency to jump around and riff and derail and all that sort of thing. Dr. Sten, he's at the time of recording this, he's 57, might be 56, might be 58. Let's just say 57. He's showing all the signs of being 57. I am in my 50th year. Let's compare notes, what I usually say if I review somebody or anyone's modality, anyone's regimen, anyone's research, anyone's methodology. Let's compare notes in 30 years. Pick a number, 10 years, 20, 50, I don't know. Let's compare notes with Dr. Sten. That's all I have to say. Belly fat. He's showing us some ab exercises on a hill. I saw something like 1 million views of him doing some ab exercises on a hill. very good. It's lovely. He's well intended. But he's still, even though he's a chiropractor, he challenges some of the mainstream in more, his 10 bad foods and all that sort of thing. To suggest restricting, to suggest exercise, and to not advocate for micronutrients. He acknowledges micronutrients out of eating clean, eating raw foods, eating whole foods. But if your whole foods contains anything to do with gluten, oils, any oil in a bottle, yes, even extra virgin olive oil, good. He poo-poos on oil that's hardened, otherwise known as margarine. Good that he poo-poos the sweeteners. Good he poo-poos, what else does he crap on? GMO foods, the highly sprayed foods like the corn and the soy. What else? Going from memory. And a lot of the memory that I will whip out, a lot of it is becoming mainstream now, and he's one of the drivers of new mainstream. But there's a lot to go. There's a lot to go. No cakes, no donuts, no processed meats, processed foods in general, processed wheat. Good. That's the sort of stuff that he advocates not to eat. Good. He advocates keto, and he advocates intermittent fasting. Good. Never mind that intermittent fasting, the only reason why we have this 8-hour window to eat, or 4-hour window, or sometimes the whole 48 hours or 72 hours of total fasting, just drinking water. Will one peanut break my fast, all that sort of thing? Shut up. The whole intermittent fasting thing is all about overall reduction of calories. So if he starts to talk about intermittent fasting, that's all it comes down to. Usually there is this thought that if you intermittent fast, that you will you'll consume less calories. That's all it comes down to. Still, he advocates for more restriction, more activity equals controlling your weight, equals better health, equals living longer. Well, let me tell you, that's wrong. It's well intended. Yes, he looks slim, he looks well, he's in the top 1% of 57-year-olds, or 50 to 65 year demographic. Yes, he's in the top 1%. Certainly. Olympians and former pro athletes have a life expectancy of around 63. You just have to consult any life insurance provider for that on their actuarial tables. They know that it happens like that. They don't know why or how it happens, but that is what their actuarial tables say. And that's what their premiums are based on. Not because, he was a former athlete, we're going to charge them double. No, they're charging these people double because they're going to die earlier. And if you're a fitness influencer, Instagram bloody fitness influencer and all that sort of thing, you're not going to live longer on average. Yeah, we'll get a few that hit their 90s. You will not on average live longer than your average couch sitting, Cheeto eating, Netflix watching, smoking Westerner. Let me tell you that. Neither will the average vegan live longer than that Netflix Westerner. Netflix watching Westerner. Neither will the average billionaire. Neither will the average life expectancy of emergency room doctors. Even less than the pro athletes, former pro athletes. Yeah. So, Dr. Sten Ekberg Ekberg. Sorry, Ekberg. I butchered his name in my podcast. I butchered him this time as well, but you know, so he's got all the right intentions. Saturated fat, a bit sketchy. He's a bit sketchy on that. We need saturated fat. For God's sake, for our hormone health and our brain health, we need saturated fat, which is code for cholesterol. We need cholesterol in our diet. We need salt in our diet to be able to digest the food that we are taking in, never mind the stuff that we should be supplementing. We should be supplementing these days because there's a whole soil depletion complex which is mentioned in a few of my videos, a few of my podcasts. I don't want to make this a 1 hour video. I didn't want to make it more than 10 minutes. But this is the state, my disorganized state. Sometimes in this disorganized state, I come up with brilliance. So Dr. Sten, he's the cleanest shirt in the dirty shirt hamper. He's even cleaner than some of the other health gurus doing the rounds at the moment. Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Attia, Dr. Norton, Holly Baxter, Sonnenberg, there's the whole Stanford crowd. Not me, not better than me. Yes, all I have is let's compare notes. 7 years, 20 years, 50 years, whatever. Pick a number, pick a year. That's all I got to go on. I've tried. The sighting of behind the paywall, in front of the paywall, freely available articles, research, well known articles, research, methodology, modalities. They don't make any difference, and I'm not going to waste my time anymore on that. I may as well be this dude on a park bench that's 165 years old, and he just listens to people. You're not 165, and he just says, yeah, whatever, now nick off. I'd rather listen to that dude than the dude that's got this high production value, a doctor earning $500,000 a year, that's just on his last legs. He's 68 years old, got a bit of a pot, bit of bald hair, he's got a bald head. Oh, talking about bald, Dr. Sten Ekberg, being bald is an indication of tin deficiency. Male pattern baldness is a tin deficiency, also alopecia in women, tin as well. There's a lot to further to understand on that, but that's the tell, that's the signature, that's the marker, is a tin deficiency when you go bald. Dr. Sten Ekberg has a tin deficiency, and the reason why he's not absorbing tin to then go bald is he eats whole grains, which includes gluten, oils, olive oil, it's lovely. The Mediterraneans eat olive oil. Never mind that if you stop eating gluten, stop eating olive oil, you might add 15, 20 years to your life. Yeah, but we've doubled our life expectancy in 120 years and all that sort of thing. Well, if you cut down on infant mortality, that's the low-hanging fruit. Statistically, you're going to double your life expectancy anyway. There was octogenarians walking around at the turn of last century all over the place. It's not as if you turned age 37 and then you had to retire from work and then you die at the age of 42. Far out. Come on, there was octogenarians back then, even though the life expectancy was 40. Oh dear. So Dr. Sten Ekberg is well intended. For the last time, summing up, well intended, he's on the right track. Okay, And just finally, cholesterol, right, belly fat, weight, control weight management, burning fat, reducing belly fat. Okay, it's not insulin resistance and blood sugars as a whole. That's the issue, Dr. Sten. This is where you fall a little bit short. You're the cleanest shirt in the dirty hamper. This is the clean hamper, even though these hands are dirty. What's really happening with weight management is chronic micronutrient deficiencies, particularly the markers, the signatures, the tells, in being obese is especially a deficiency in chromium, vanadium, and zinc. They're just markers, they are just signatures, they are just tells of a deficiency in many other minerals, vitamins, amino acids, and maybe even essential fatty acids. They're the 4 categories of micronutrients that we require. There are 90 declared essential micronutrients. That's what Dr. Sten Ekberg needs to subscribe to. If he does, in 30 years, we can compare notes, and then our notes are cool. But let me tell you, let me forecast for you, in 30 years when Dr. Sten, if he's still alive at the age of 87 and me at the age of 80, let's compare notes. That's all I have. I've got more, but I may as well do the low-hanging fruit and put the challenge out there. I'm not going to be posting anymore. All that research, it's out there. I've even got information based on a $25,000 book. If you buy this book unopened, it's probably worth $30,000 now. So I've even got that sort of information. For some that understand what I'm talking about, Dr. Wallach's book in the Smithsonian saved a lot of our production animals, our captive animals, saved the white rhino, saved the extinction of the panda bear, and now Dr. Wallach of longevity fame has essentially saved the human race, but we're not going to listen to him because we are invested emotionally in our pizza, our corticosteroids, our insurance. And that's why I won't be listened to. And that's why I just continually will say, let's compare notes in 30 years. Dr. Sten, that's it for now, and bye-bye.